So hopefully everybody's getting back connected, got a good little break. Excited for our next group, and thanks to our next group for showing up and being here on time. And thanks, Sue, for jumping in. Sorry to scare you and make you think that we missed you, but we haven't missed you. You're still to come. And for those of you colleges who already presented, again, you're welcome to stay on as long as you like and answer any further questions that come forward. As you can tell, several questions come forward for the entire group. So you're welcome to hang on and post answers throughout if you'd like. But if you have another meeting that you committed to, you committed till 10:30. So you're welcome to sign off if you're a presenter from the first groups, or hang on if you like. Either way, it was great to have you here. All right, everyone, it's 10:30, so we're gonna get going again. Want to respect everybody's time, and we have a big group of presenters in our last grouping. So I want to kick us off first off by just refreshing, being that we have had several new folks join in for this last group. I want to make sure they're on the same page. They missed the introduction. And so I want to make sure everybody's on the same page before we get started. So I'm going to share my screen again. And the most important thing is I just want to make sure everybody is on the same page as far as schedule. So we are obviously on day 2 of the counselor update, and we're in the last grouping of this whole event. And it's been a wonderful gathering of so many updates, and I've learned so much. I know our counselors are learning. I see them taking notes across the screens. So been really great having everybody present and share this so we can help students better in Montana. For this last group, we are here. This is the schedule of today, and right now we are in this block of Western State institutions. So thank you, Western States institutions, for joining in and presenting today. Just as a refresher, this is the order of presentation that we're going to go in today. I had a couple colleges that I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to make it due to being sick or something else coming up, and that was Whitworth University, Southwestern Oregon Community College, and University of Puget Sound. Are any of you with us today? If you are, I wasn't sure if you'd be here, so I wanted to check in and make sure. Anybody from those campuses here to present? Okay. I believe that we're on track. So I put them towards the end. We'll talk about that at the end, but all of the other colleges in the Western States, you can see the order we're going to present in. You will get a little introduction from me in between each presenter, so no worries. I want to remind each of the presenters that they have 3 minutes to present. That's not a lot, I know. And I really encourage you to get your cell phone out, set your timer, because in order to make sure we stay within the time we promised everyone, you got to stay to your 3 minutes. If everybody goes over a minute, that's an extra half an hour of time. So everybody's going to stay within their 3 minutes. Are we good to go? And I'd like to invite the counselors again to do their regular sign in right now. If you haven't signed in, to let us know you're here. If you're wanting counselor credit, we got to make sure you have signed in the chat. So sign in with your high school name and your high school. That will get you in for counselor credit. And then lastly, I want to just make an announcement for anybody new on the call, both our new presenters, but also any new counselors, is we have live chat throughout this entire session. So part of this counselor update, and I would say one of the most meaningful parts of it, is that exchange of questions and answers. So both presenters and counselors, high school counselors, are welcome to post questions throughout this entire time. So feel free to post questions to the entire group of colleges or institutions, or colleges, if you have questions for counselors, feel free to post that in the chat throughout the entire time. So with that, I welcome you guys. We're excited to have you here. Let's get started with our Western States. And to get us kicked off, we are starting with Corban University. Do we have Corban University with us today?
I am here. Thanks for having me, everyone. Thanks. I'll start my timer here and get going.
Great, it's all yours.
All right, awesome. My name's Dan Morrow. I'm with Corban University. We are a private Christian university located in Salem, Oregon. We're known for our academic excellence. Our top 5 majors are education, biomedical sciences, counseling and psychology, business, and ministry. Students choose Corban because they want somewhere where they can grow in their faith and be be prepared for that next step. We have really high job placement rates and getting students into graduate school. In fact, 72% of our students get into med school, and the national average is just 40. Our mission statement is to educate Christians to make a difference in the world for Jesus Christ. Our average class size is 18. Our student faculty ratio is 12-1. We have just about 1,000 undergraduate students. So this really is a school where students can come and learn and grow and get to know professors. That's actually a big reason why went to Corbin, is because of our amazing professors. We compete in the NAIA. We have several collegiate conferences where we're able, where we won those. We have 17 sports throughout the school, and then we're able to give scholarships. We are a private university, so we do have the cost that comes along with that, but like most private universities, we also offer a lot of scholarships, and so we always encourage students to just apply, fill their FAFSA, and then see where they go from there. Corbin ends up being a lot more affordable than many students think. We are a hybrid flex model for this year, and so as students are on campus, they kind of spend half time in classroom, half time outside of the classroom. For any seniors for next year, we are test optional. So they need to turn in a test score or one of the following two things, academic essay or academic reference, and those are both in the application. Our application is completely free. It's always free, so students don't have to pay anything to apply to Corbin. So if they're at all interested, I always just encourage them to apply. We do rolling applications, and so there's so we're always accepting students. The only priority we really have is for getting out those award letters. So our first kind of priority is November 1st to get in that first batch of award letters. But after that, we just kind of rolling applications, and then the talent scholarships typically is March 1st for applying for those. But outside of talent scholarships, there's no priority given, and we accept students all year long. So with that's pretty close to the end of my time. So thank you guys so much. I'll put some more info in the chat. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much, Dan. All right, next on the list we have Cornish College of the Arts, and I think I saw you on here.
I am. Good morning, Montana counselors. My name is Sharon Starling. I'm the Director of Admission at Cornish College of the Arts, and I am a proud graduate of Montana State University. And I was one of Rhonda's very first advocates. So thrilled to be at this point now in my career. And even just last night, we were cleaning out a box and we found some vintage Greek wear, Spurs and Fangs t-shirts, mortarboard. Hey, if you need some vintage gear from the 80s, message me. I will share it out. So Cornish, four-year college, all visual and performing arts majors, not-for-profit, been in Seattle for over 100 years. We offer Bachelor of Fine Arts and Bachelor of Music degrees. All the majors are in the visual and the performing arts. Music, dance, theater, animation, game arts, illustration. There's no football stadium, there's no homecoming parade, there's no Greek life, but we do have an awesome drag show every year. What I really want to focus on is, how do you know as a counselor if your student should look at art school? And I'm not asking you to do auditions in your office or look at portfolios, but the best way to know is to observe their actions. And there might only be one or two art school bound students each year, but you know them by their actions. They have a sketchbook. They are the last one in the band room. They're the only one that knows how to work all the equipment in the theater. They leave school early to drive 2 hours to the closest ballet studio because that's the way they get their training. Those are the students that should possibly look at art school. They're showing you passion and discipline and perseverance. I would encourage you to use Cornish as a resource. I serve on a couple of different national boards for Portfolio Day Association and the Music Admission Roundtable. I'm really glad to be a resource for you. I have 2 sessions coming up this week. One is advising the artistically talented student. It's great for counselors and parents. I have a general Cornish overview. I will put links in the chat. And just one last thing, we do organize our admission counselors by discipline. So if you have a musician, they're going to work with a counselor who's a musician. If you have an actor, they're going to work with our theater department chair. And so love to help you and your students out. I'll put some stuff in the chat for you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sharon. I love some vintage alum wear. I'm sure many on this call would. Well, thanks for being here today. All right, next on our list, we have Eastern Oregon University.
Hello, good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, Michelle, welcome.
How's it going? So my name is Michelle, and I am an admissions counselor at Eastern Oregon University. So we'll just hop right in. EOU, we're located in La Grande, Oregon, and for those of you unfamiliar, it's actually in the northeast corner of Oregon, so we're much closer to Washington and Idaho than we are actually the rest of our state. And so in La Grande, we get all 4 seasons, and we are surrounded by the Blue Mountains, just to tell you a little bit about where we are. And we are the home of the Mountaineers. So actually our mascot, this is Monty, and home of the Mountaineers. And so on campus, we have about 1,500 students, so class sizes are small. We do participate in the Western Undergraduate Exchange Rate, so our Montana friends get a little bit of a discount. And so we're definitely known for being a small school with a private school feel, and we are dubbed Oregon's most affordable university. A few updates for this year. We are officially test blind, so we actually will not be asking for any test scores for both being admitted and for financial aid purposes. A few more things, we're actually open. So we have students on campus here right now, which also means we're open and we want you to come visit us. We obviously have a few restrictions, face masks, and smaller groups, but come visit us. And another few notable things, November 14th, we have a virtual preview day where current seniors can receive a $250 scholarship just by coming, registering, and attending that virtual day. And so we actually are part of the NAIA as well. We just started a women's lacrosse team and brought on men's baseball, a few other notable sports. We have a whole bunch and we are nationally ranked, but we also have men's and women's wrestling as well. We started as an education college in 1929. And starting next year, we are starting a bachelor's in special education. Another notable thing about our ed major is that we actually have a master's of arts in teaching that's 10 months long. So we like to put that in people's ears now when they're maybe looking for schools. We have a really high rate for getting our students into their pre-professional programs. And so lots of other majors that we offer for our students. And so I'll obviously drop some things in the chat. If you maybe have some questions, please reach out. I have lots of Q&A and open sessions and one-on-one meetings this time during the week. So check out Eastern Oregon University through visit days. And once again, my name is Michelle, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Great, thanks, Michelle. Thanks for touching on 2 important questions that have been asked by counselors. One was from the last round, but I'd love for you guys to post as well. You mentioned WUI. If any of you are WUI schools and work with the WUI program, and or if you have any special scholarships for Montana students, if you post that in the chat, that would be super helpful. Also, another question that has come forward is counselors have asked if you'd post a link to any virtual tours you have in the chat as well. So thanks, guys. All right, next on our list is Eastern Washington University. Hi, Jennifer.
Amy.
Good to see you today.
Good to see you too. Thanks a lot. Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer, and I represent Eastern Washington University. If you don't know anything about us, we're located just down the road in Cheney, Washington, which is just outside of Spokane, and we're one of the 6 public universities in Washington. So I'm not going to go into too many details about Eastern, but I do want to share with you some new information that's new this year. So first of all, like many schools, we are now test optional. So students do not need to submit SAT or ACT scores if they don't want to, or if they don't have the opportunity to take them. We are asking for something in lieu of test scores. So this could be something like a letter of recommendation, AP or IB coursework, or just college credit of some kind. Something unique is that, a lot of schools have been implementing this test optional policy temporarily because of the COVID pandemic. However, I'm happy to say that we have this put in place permanently moving forward because it's actually something that's been in the works for us for a few years. Second thing I wanted to share with you is that we've just opened up our brand new state-of-the-art Catalyst building in Spokane. And it will, when we're actually able to go back to in-person classes, it's going to house several of our programs, including some of our top programs like business and computer science, as well as electrical engineering and public health, among some others. What makes the building so unique is that it has an energy footprint of 0, making it one of the most sustainable buildings in actually the whole country. So we're pretty excited for the opportunity to share this building with incoming students once they're actually able to go back to in-person classes. Another thing too is that we have a brand new interdisciplinary science building that will be home to all of our science labs. So incoming biology, chemistry, pre-med students will be working with the most state-of-the-art equipment and labs. It's slated to open this year on our main campus in Cheney. And the last thing is that EWU does participate in WUI. And for us, WUI is an automatic scholarship. So there's no additional application that students need to fill out or essay they need to write. The full WUI award is $15,000. And it's going to be based primarily on GPA since we're not asking for those test scores. Something kind of cool is that Montana students with GPAs as low as even 2.6 can still receive a pretty large award. And I'll actually post that information here in the chat so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then just keep in mind that the priority deadline for that WUI scholarship and all of our other scholarships is February 1. So just keep that in mind as you're speaking with students. If you'd like to hear more about Eastern, I've got a couple more presentations this week. Today at 5:30 Montana time and tomorrow at 5:30 Montana time. We've also got some one-on-ones, so feel free to sign up for any of those. We've also got our counselor day coming up, our virtual counselor day coming up on Friday, this Friday. So if you're interested in some more in-depth information, I'll post a link to that now. And it looks like my time is up. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys a little bit later.
Thanks so much, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. All right, next on our list is Golden West College. Are you guys out there? Well, I think maybe I'll check back and see. How about Humboldt State University? I think he wasn't going to be able to attend, but we'll just double check. I don't want to miss him in case he's out there. All right. All right, well then that brings us to Linfield University. Are you guys out there? Oh, hi, Madison. I think we still have you on mute. Oh, there you go.
Sorry, you'd think I would know how to unmute myself, but
well, welcome
for having us. My name's Madison, and I work for Linfield University in McMinnville, Oregon. So looking forward to sharing some new updates with you all. We actually recently changed our name from Linfield College to Linfield University. And with that, there are two major updates. So now that we are operating under the university model, we now have a College of Arts and Sciences, a School of Business, and both of those programs are now joining our School of Nursing, which has been around for decades. We actually have one of the oldest nursing programs in the state of Oregon. But we still have 51 majors. That hasn't changed. So our students still have a wide variety of classes to choose from. We are a residential campus, so 77% of our students actually live right here in McMinnville all 4 years. So it creates a great sense of a home away from home. And something else I'd like to share that's new is while our nursing program is still standing strong, we just added a Master of Science in Nursing with also the intention of adding additional master's programs within the next couple of years. So we're really excited about this expansion. We also bought a brand new nursing campus, so lots of growth is happening, which is great. As far as extracurriculars, we have anything from 50+ clubs, the performing arts, Division III athletics, studying abroad. Linfield will pay for a student's round trip airfare. So that's certainly a unique opportunity. It is free to apply to our school through the Common App. And Linfield, while we are an Oregon-based school, we do not have in-state or out-of-state tuition. So certainly levels the playing field. I am actually the counselor that works with all Montana students. And lastly, this last year, our average aid package for a pretty middle of the road student was just over $40,000 a year. So we have virtual scholarship events this year that we'll be holding in February for seniors. I'll be posting in the chat how to come and visit. So we're operating under the hybrid model. We feel very fortunate to be welcoming in-person visits for juniors and seniors in high school. And I look forward to reviewing some of your students' applications soon. It's been great working with you all. So I'll post more in the chat. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Madison. Appreciate you being here. All right, great. Next on our presentation list is Northwest Indian College. Are you guys out there? Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
good to see you. Thanks.
Yeah, good to see you. So I'll start my timer here too. But good morning, everybody. My name is Adam Lane. I am the admissions recruiter at Northwest Indian College. We're up in Bellingham, Washington. So we're a 4-year tribal college located here on the Lummi Reservation. And we actually have 6 other campus site locations across Washington and Idaho. But Northwest, we are transitioning to a 4-year college. So we've been adding bachelor's degree programs over the past several years, but we're still offering our 2-year programs as well. So our bachelor's degree programs are Native Environmental Science, Human Services, Tribal Governance and Business Management, and Native Studies Leadership. So right now, we're currently offering all of our classes online. So we haven't gotten any students back to campus quite yet. But the pandemic has helped us in one way in that all of our degree programs are available online. So previously we only had 1, maybe 2 programs that you could complete from a distance. But now all of our students are able to complete their programs completely online, which is pretty good. So getting started for students is super easy. So we don't require any test scores and we don't have any application fees. So it's completely free to apply. Students just need to go to our website, nwic.edu, and apply for admission, apply for financial aid, and then take a placement test. And once they do that, they'll be able to get in with an advisor and register for class. So our tuition rate is for our resident rate. So it's if you're enrolled in a federally recognized tribe or a descendant of a federally recognized tribe, you get our resident tuition rate. So it doesn't matter if you're from our state or anywhere across the country, but it's $135 a credit. So for students who are full-time, taking 12 credits, it's less than $5,000 for the year. And then because costs are so low, we don't do student loans. So all of our students are able to come in, complete their degree, and not owe any money back after they're done. But we have when we're on campus, we have a ton of campus activities, athletic programs, different opportunities for students. So if you're interested in any more, we're doing live sessions the rest of the week. So come check one out, and hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks.
Great. Thanks so much for being here. Awesome. All right. Good work, everyone. We're moving on to Pacific Lutheran University. You guys out there?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hey, welcome.
Thanks for having me. So my name is Shannon. I am the admissions counselor that will be working with Montana students. So Pacific Lutheran University is a medium-sized liberal arts school based in Tacoma, Washington, with about 3,100 students. So we pride ourselves on preparing students for lives of thoughtful inquiry, service, leadership, and care for other people, for their communities, and for the earth. Our global education focuses on 3 pillars: diversity, justice, and sustainability. And with over 40 majors and 50+ minors, our students have the ability, the opportunity to participate in impactful internships, research projects, and form lasting relationships with their fellow students and faculty mentors. Some of our most popular programs include business, nursing, biology, pre-health sciences, kinesiology, education, music, and computer science. We also just released 3 new majors, so criminal justice, musical theater, and gender and sexuality and race studies. At PLU, we encourage students to follow their passion and find their vocation. So that's a word you'll hear a million times on campus. And one way to do that is by getting involved. So we always encourage students to participate on campus somehow. We have over 70 clubs ranging from academics, cultural clubs, support, and obviously just for fun clubs. PLU has 12 ensembles, and our music, theater, and dance students host over 100 events each year. Students also participate in our 19 Division III varsity sports or intramural sports as well. Because global education is such a priority for us, about half of our students do study away at some point during their time at PLU, or even multiple times. I actually studied away 3 times when I was a student, so it is possible. And our International Honors Program is excellent. Features a study away partnership with Oxford University, so it's a pretty unique experience as well. We work hard so that financial barriers don't prevent students from attending PLU, and 97% of our students receive financial aid from us, and the average financial aid package is over $37,000 per year. We offer scholarships for artistic abilities in fine arts, music, dance, and theater. Students are also not required to major in these to keep their scholarships. We also offer presidential scholarships offering $30,000 up to full tuition per year, alumni referral scholarships, and confirmation scholarships. Applying to PLU is free and done through the Common Application. We are test optional. We've been test optional, we'll continue to be. So we don't require test scores to apply. And we accept AP and IB credits, and we'll give students a weighted GPA for these courses as well as any honor courses that they might have taken. And lastly, I want to mention our PLU Pledge. So that is a student loan repayment assistance program that we have. So 6 months after graduation, if a student is working full-time and making less than $50,000 per year, PLU is going to help pay back some of those student loans for them. It's a free program, either until their student is earning over $50,000 per year or the loans are completely paid off. I know I'm getting close to my time here, so I just want to thank you for having me here, and be sure to check out sessions that I have throughout the week. And I am going to add some, we have tons of virtual visit options, so I'll add all that in the chat too. So thank you.
Great, thanks so much. All right, next on our list is Pacific University. Are you guys there? Hi, Derek, I see ya.
Hey, Amy.
Welcome. Wish I was seeing you in person.
No kidding. It's a little bit weird over online.
Right, well, thanks for being here.
Perfect. Well, welcome everybody. Hi to all the counselors from Montana. My name's Derek. I'm actually your student's admissions counselor at Pacific. So if you apply, I'm the one who's gonna be looking at their application. I'm gonna be working with them, which is great because I'm actually a native Montanan myself. I grew up in Thompson Falls and I attended Pacific University, so I know what it's like to be a student in Montana and to do that transition outside of the state and go to a small private liberal arts university. And at Pacific, we're an amazing small school. We have about 2,000 undergraduates, about 2,000 graduate students. We offer over 65 different majors, minors, and programs. Typically, what we're best known for is pre-health professions, pre-physical therapy, pre-optometry, because we have nationally ranked programs in those areas. But we also have nationally and regionally ranked creative writing, education, accounting, and business programs as well. So we do fit that liberal arts. We want you to take a full variety of classes and have lots of different priorities for you to take a look at. But also know that we're in an amazing location. We're in the northwest corner of Oregon. Basically, depending on traffic, we're about a half an hour from downtown Portland and only an hour from the Oregon coast. So for Montana students, you still get to experience all 4 seasons. You just get rid of the extremes. No super hot summers. It snows once a year in Portland and an inch will shut down the city. So you get to experience snow, but just long enough for it to get cold and go away. But you can still go out to the coast, which is something you can't do every day in Montana. Along with all those programs, we definitely want our students to be super active. We love those students from Montana in your high schools that do 16 different things, that want to play a sport, sing in choir, and major in business all at the same time. Those are the students who are going to stand out at Pacific, because our average student is involved in 3 clubs or sports by the time they graduate. A third of our students are varsity athlete, a quarter are involved in music. So you're going to see a lot of that mixing and matching on our campus. Some highlights for this year: we are completely test optional for admission and for scholarship. You can receive admission and our highest merit scholarship without sending in test scores. It's completely up to the student to include those if they want to. Every single Friday, a couple of Saturdays, and a few Mondays, you'll see Senior Preview Scholarship Days available at Pacific. This is for students to come to campus virtually, meet with current students, professors, go on a tour, again virtually, and earn $1,000 in scholarship for all 4 years. So I will make sure I put that link in there as well. And we do have an early action deadline coming up on November 1st. All it is early action for admission before Thanksgiving, so the students have something to brag about. But I will be hosting events all through the rest of the week. I'll have some current students there and be there to answer questions, again, about Pacific, but also about the transition from Montana to out-of-state small private liberal arts schools as well. So look us up, and I will put all my contact info and everything into the chat. So have a great rest of the day, and hope those of you who have all that snow right now are surviving the cold. In Oregon, it's almost 60 degrees today and beautiful and sunny. So send your students our way if they're getting a little tired of snow.
Thanks, Derek. That was kind of mean because we could use some of your sun. Send it our way. We got a foot of snow this last week, so send us some sunshine. Well, thanks, Derek. And thanks, Derek, for pointing out, you were talking a lot about some financial aid deadlines. If you haven't posted your priority financial aid deadline in the chat in your institution on the session right now, if you take a minute to post your financial aid priority deadline, that would be super helpful. Thanks, guys. All right, next on our list is Portland State University.
Hi.
Hey, good to see you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing well. I hope you all are doing well as well. Let me start my timer here. Let's make sure I honor your time. My name is Josephine Sorensen. I am an undergraduate admissions counselor here at Portland State University. I use she, her pronouns. We are part of the public school system here in Oregon, and we are the second largest of all of the public universities at just over 26,000 students. Majority of those are undergraduate students, about 20,000. We are a WUI school, and our WUI criteria recently changed, and it now is in line with what our admissions criteria are. So we're looking for a 3.0 cumulative GPA from applicants, and that is our GPA cutoff for students to qualify for WUI. We are open to all majors. It is not major specific at Portland State. We are the most diverse of all of the state institutions in Oregon when it comes to the racial and ethnic makeup of our student body. We are also a 10 out of 10 on the Pride scale, if that's something that you follow. We have a wonderful Queer Resource Center on campus. We are also consistently ranked one of the top green universities. That's something that's very important to us as a college and as a member of society, that we are paying attention to our environmental impact. We have a number of environmental majors at Portland State University. If you have any students who have an interest in that, there's everything from environmental physics to environmental studies. And our motto as a university is let knowledge serve the city. So our students are working within our community on environmental factors, on issues that are important to the community. And that's something that a lot of our graduates, a lot of our alumni consistently mention is one of the most meaningful parts of attending Portland State is their opportunity to be involved in the community. We have a wonderful senior capstone projects where students are working with different community partners. And it's the reason why consistently for many years now we've been named one of the top innovative universities because of that program. We have an honors college at Portland State. If you have any students who are interested in that additional sort of academic rigor within an undergraduate program, the Honors College is a competitive program to get into at Portland State, but when students are submitting their traditional application to Portland State University, they can also choose to pursue admission to the Honors College. It's a great track for anyone who's maybe pretty confident that graduate school is in their future. We are a Division I school. We play in the Big Sky Conference. We have lots of opportunities for students to get involved in student clubs on campus. Those are things that consistently we find students who get involved in those things tend to graduate at a higher rate. And that's something service to our students is at the utmost, making sure we're doing what we can to support them in their educational path at Portland State. So while we are a large university, we are still have that small opportunity for classrooms, student to faculty ratio, average size class of 28. A lot of my contact information is in my profile in the Portland State booth. I hope you'll reach out and let me know if you have any further questions. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Joe. Good to see you. All right. Well, you guys are doing great. We're in the home stretch. We have a couple of colleges left to go. So thanks everyone for hanging on. Counselors, please post your questions as we're winding down. Right now, we've got Evergreen State College we're going to go to. Are you out there?
Hello.
Oh, hey, good to see you. Welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Haley Lacey, and I am the Montana Specific Counselor. So if you do have any students with questions, please always feel free to send them my way. The Evergreen State College is a public four-year college in Olympia, Washington. We are situated right on the base of the Sound. We focus on hands-on learning, and we are a research-driven institution. We have a 21-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, so our students really do get that hands-on experience with our faculty, even right now when we are primarily doing distance learning with some hybrid options. Our students create their own major over 4 years that they attend, focusing on their passions. We will be and have been test optional. We do offer WUI to all students that are eligible from Montana. That means students that have attained a 3.5 GPA or above at the time of application. We are rolling admissions. We don't have a priority deadline for our students to apply. Financial aid, however, does have a priority deadline of February 1st, which is also our hard and fast deadline for our scholarships. This year, we're using a single application for our scholarships, meaning that students will fill out a singular application and then they will be looked at for all of our applicable scholarships. We have about 1,000 acres of campus. A little over 800 of those are our forest, which is gorgeous and big and green. In that forest, we also have a 5-acre organic farm. We have about a 1.5 mile stretch of the beach and the Sound that's owned by the campus. And we have our Indigenous campus, which includes a longhouse, which is our house of welcome, a carving studio and fiber arts studio, and that is hopefully going to develop into an Indigenous degree at some point. We are a different sort of college, so if you do have any questions for me, please feel free to contact me. I'll put my contact information in the chat and also jump onto any of the sessions that I'm going to be holding this week. There's at least 2 per day. And so, yeah, I hope to see you there. And I hope everyone's doing well.
Thanks, Haley. Appreciate you being here. All right, next we have Treasure Valley Community College. Are you guys there?
I am. Let's see. So I'm Chase Van Weerdhuizen. I'm excited to be there. I haven't been able to be out to Montana since I started my position 4 years ago because it's always been a time conflict. But I'm really excited to be here today. I'm going to highlight just a few of the things that I know coming out to CVCC is definitely, a long distance for Montana students. But here's a few things that are definitely worth it for you. So I'm going to just pop this here in the chat. Some of the big programs that we offer that might be of interest to Montana students include agriculture, aviation, fixed wing, and helicopter aviation. We have an awesome horse production program that, starts from the very beginning of the horse's life to the very end. We're looking at, producing an all-performance horse. If your students are interested in that program. We also have an awesome natural resources program that students tend to go on to OSU or University of Idaho. We have almost 100% job placement in that program, and students are working internships while they're in school. It's a great program for students who love hunting, fishing, and camping, and you get to tell them that, oh yeah, you can go to school for that. One of the things we're most excited for this coming year is winter term. Our welding students are going to get to move into it, but spring term, our new career and technical education building is opening up. They just finished the exterior now, so I've included the architectural drawing that is pretty much close to life there as the first link under my contact information, and we're just ecstatic. It has a new kitchen for our meat science classes. It's got welding facilities, industrial manufacturing and controls and robotics labs. It's just going to be a great place for students to learn. I've also included information about on-campus housing. We're one of the few community colleges in the Northwest that has on-campus housing. So definitely, you know, your students who are coming out here, they're gonna have a place to live. And there's a campus tour video there as well. If you ever have students coming through, I'm glad to give them a campus tour. So I have a few sessions this week, including just general information about TVCC, more about ag and natural resources and writing scholarships, and definitely feel free to reach out the information in the chat as well. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate you being here. All right, we are moving on. We're down to our final two presenters. We've got Washington State University. Are you out there? Oh,
Hi, everybody.
welcome.
Let me start my timer really quick so I don't accidentally talk too long, because I know that I will. Okay, my name is Amethyst Frybaugh. I work for Washington State University Pullman. I'm just going to give a quick overview of the school, and then I'll go into some important updates that we have. Washington State University Pullman is about 4 hours away from Missoula, so we're right on the border of Idaho. We've got about 20,000 students with a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio. A better number is that on average, 80% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, 60% have fewer than 30 students. So even at a large state institution, we're still able to provide hands-on opportunities for all of our students. In the time of COVID, we are primarily distance learning at this time. We were distance learning in the fall, and we will be continuing that in the spring. I'm going to post some resources in the chat where you can see our COVID response. The primary updates I have for you this year, WSU has switched to a test blind model. So we won't be asking students for their ACT or SAT scores. We've also switched our application to a completely new application. Still the same 20-minute timeline to complete it. No written components needed, so no letters of recommendation or writing samples, but we do need you to fill in some basic information as a student. There is an application fee of $70 this year. The student can pay for that, awesome. If not, they can put in the name of their high school guidance counselor at the end, and we can waive that for them. Another thing to highlight, we've switched our WUI model this year. So at WSU, we have something called the Cougar Award. It's available to all students outside of the state of Washington. This year, we've got two subsets of it. So the Cougar Award is for students who have an unweighted GPA of between a 3.2 and a 3.59. That's $7,000 a year automatically. And then for students out of the state of Washington who have a 3.6 unweighted GPA or higher, automatically they qualify for $11,000 a year. So that's our version of the WUI. It is automatic, just like EWU mentioned. If a student applies and we see that they have the qualifications, they'll automatically receive it. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention is if you have students who are interested in applying to WSU who are members of the Salish or Kootenai tribes, we do honor in-state tuition for them. So if that's something you would like to know a little bit more about, I'll put the information for that in the chat as well. And we've built up and beefed up our virtual visits, so I will be sure to include that. I think that's everything I have. I'll drop my contact information. I think I made it under the 3 minutes, so thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Great job. Well, we love having you. Thank you for being here. All right, that brings us to our final presenter. And Sue, we didn't miss you. Of course we wouldn't miss you. It's all yours. Thanks for being here, Sue. Willamette University is next.
Thanks, Amy. Hi, everybody. I'm Sue Corner. I'm the Director of Recruitment at Willamette University. I'm so happy to be here. Excuse me. Just a quick overview for those who don't know us well. Willamette is located in Salem, Oregon, in the heart of the beautiful Willamette Valley. We are a comprehensive university with a liberal arts core, and our graduate programs encompass business, technology, and art. And we have really distinctive programs where students can combine their undergraduate degree with any one of our graduate programs, and in doing so shave off a year of time and tuition. All of our undergraduate students live on campus for their first 2 years, and then about half of our juniors and seniors continue to stay on campus, so they like being here. Fun fact is that Willamette is the most historic university in the Western United States. So we were founded before Oregon or Montana were states. The Pacific Northwest quite literally grew up around Willamette University, and our early alumni took their transformative education. They stepped into service and leadership, and they made a huge impact on this growing region. In fact, the university gifted the land that the state capitol sits on, which is directly across the street from us, which is another distinctive point. I mention our history because I think it's really important to understand Willamette's rich heritage of leadership and service in order to understand who we are as an institution now. Our legacy of innovative leadership and impact in the community is what Willamette students find here today, currently. We're a place that teaches students to take knowledge and turn it into action. So students who thrive here are very often really service oriented and quite interested in that idea of making an impact, whether they ultimately plan to be doctors or lawyers or teachers or artists or you name it. So just a couple of quick updates. We announced yesterday, just yesterday, this big announcement that Willamette has reset its tuition. We're lowering our tuition by 20% beginning fall of 2021. We feel really strongly about being leaders in the national conversation about the rising cost of education. And so this is the right response for Bearcat families and future Bearcat families, particularly given the economic stresses caused by COVID-19. So that's our biggest update. Other just important things to know, we're fully test optional for admission, and this year we've included that in the merit scholarship calculation, so entirely test optional. We never charge a fee to apply. We use the common application. We've added some STEM scholarships this year because STEM is such an important component of Willamette. We've added some additional scholarships. And we have our final open house happening on Saturday, November 7th. So that's a great opportunity for a virtual visit for folks. We're also open for in-person visits throughout this fall. I think my time's up. Thanks, Amy.
Great, thanks so much, Sue, appreciate it. Well, it turns out that it looks like maybe we ended up getting Whitworth University to show up. It looks like I didn't get them in the first round check, but Whitworth, are you out there?
I am. Thank you so much for letting me sneak in. Okay,
yes,
great.
I'm to share a brief update. We'd love to have you. I checked the first time and you weren't there, so glad you're here.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. My name is Reagan. I'm our admissions counselor for Montana students at Whitworth. We are in Spokane, Washington. We're a private liberal arts Christian university there. Just over 2,300 undergraduate students, so pretty small with an 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, and about 86% of our classes are less than 30 students. So really tight-knit community, offering over 100 different majors and programs, our most popular being psychology, education, business, and then the sciences. So pre-med, nursing, health science, those are some of our most popular. We offer a variety of different clubs, over 40 right now, and the list is ever growing as students are able to add their own as they see fit and they see gaps in that. So that's really exciting for students to get to pursue their passions in that way. We are D3 in athletics, and we are in the Northwest Conference, and we've actually won the overall conference trophy the last 12 years in a row. So our student athletes are really strong. Our application is free, and we are test score optional, and we have been for the last 13 years, which is really coming in handy this year since we know not all students are able to take the test this year. We offer a variety of different scholarships, and 100% of our first year students receive some sort of financial aid, with the average scholarships and grants being around $35,000 per year for our first year students. We also are offering some limited in-person campus visits as well as virtual campus visits. So I'll put some of that info in the chat, as well as deadlines. But thanks for letting me sneak in, Amy. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to getting to work with counselors and your students. So thanks so much.
Of course, I'm glad we were able to get you in. I'm again glad you could show up and it worked out. Just before we close out, you guys have done an amazing job, but I do want to check to see if anyone else technically had technical difficulties and joined late. Did we miss anybody? I don't think so. All right. Well, a big round of applause to the Western states. And again, those are Western states in relation to Montana. You did awesome. Thank you guys. I see other people clapping too. Really, really helpful. I am just in awe and makes me want to go back to school after yesterday's presentations and today's. It just is amazing to me, all the amazing options students have right now, and the programs and financial aid you're offering, and all you're doing in COVID-19 to transition to still help students. I can't thank you enough on behalf of Montana, our Montana students, our schools. Thank you to all the colleges, agencies who are still connecting with us in this way and took the chance to still try and reach our students with us. We really appreciate it. We know it's a unique time, and we know we usually see you in person at these fairs, and we look forward to that too. But a big, big thank you to everybody who presented today. Great job. I also want to really thank our high school counselors. You have been troopers yesterday and today. That's a long time to be watching Zoom sessions, and thanks for hanging on till the end today. I'm not going to keep you guys. What I will say is if you have any final questions, either counselors or colleges or institutions, feel free to post that in the chat. I'm going to export that chat and share it with everybody afterwards as well. So thanks, everyone. I look forward to seeing all of you part of our virtual fair the rest of the week. Counselors or colleges, if you have any questions about the virtual fair, I'm happy to stay on and answer any questions for as long as you guys have questions today. But otherwise, we're excited to have you part of this event. Thanks for being part of the counselor update. Lastly, I would just remind counselors, do a quick sign-in to close us out. So counselors, put your name and high school so that we know you are here till the end. And then you'll want to fill out that counselor credit form. Also the evaluation at montanacolleges.com/update. With that, I'm not going to keep you any longer. It was wonderful to spend this morning with you guys. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work you're doing, everyone. Stay healthy.